Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Hafsa Education Valley, a student of Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute, Batch 23, Level 12. Hopefully all of you are doing great. Today I am going to have an insightful conversation with ChatGPT about understanding the psychology of motivation. Motivation plays a powerful role in how we set goals, overcome challenges, build habits, and achieve success. Let's explore what really motivates us and how we can use that understanding to improve our personal and professional lives. So, for this purpose, I invite ChatGPT and let's begin. Hello, ChatGPT. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Hmm. Walaikum salam. Hello.
ChatGPT, I want to ask you so important in our daily lives.
Motivation is that inner push, that spark that gets you moving toward a goal. It's basically the why behind what you do. So, why get up early? Why study? Why even bother? When your why is strong, the how gets a lot easier. And it's important because it fuels persistence. Without it, even simple tasks can feel heavy. With it, effort feels more worthwhile. It doesn't have to be huge. Sometimes tiny bits of motivation can keep you moving.
What happens in our brain when we feel motivated to do something?
Let me check real quick. When you feel motivated, your brain's reward systems get active, especially dopamine pathways, and a front brain area that handles planning and focus. Emotions tie into it, so a meaningful goal feels more doable. Motivation isn't a switch you wait for, though. Often, doing the first small step kicks that system into gear.
All right. Okay, can you tell me what is the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation?
Sure, intrinsic motivation comes from doing something because it's rewarding to you personally, like curiosity, enjoyment, or a sense of purpose. Extrinsic, though, is about outside rewards like money, praise, grades. Both can work, but intrinsic tends to last longer because you don't need constant external rewards. Extrinsic can get you started, but if the reward disappears, motivation can fade. Balancing both usually works best.
Great answer. Good. Okay, which type of motivation is
Glad
more
it helped.
powerful for long term success? I think you told
Generally,
intrinsic.
intrinsic motive,
Hmm.
yeah, it, it usually wins long term because it's tied to your interests and values. So effort feels more self driven and less dependent on outside rewards. That said, extrinsic rewards can spark momentum at the start. The sweet spot's using external incentives to build habits, then leaning into intrinsic reasons so it sticks.
All right. Why do we sometimes feel highly motivated at the beginning of a goal but lose motivation later?
Yeah, super common. At first, it's new, exciting. Your brain gets a bit of a dopamine pop. But as the novelty wears off, effort feels heavier. That's when clarity of purpose and tiny, doable steps matter most. If you reconnect with the why and shrink the task to the next action, motivation usually comes back.
All right. How do our emotions influence our motivation and decision making?
Emotions color what we pay attention to. When something feels meaningful, emotions boost motivation. But stress or fear can narrow focus and sometimes push quick, avoidant choices. Balancing emotions with clear thinking helps make more grounded decisions and keeps motivation steady.
Right. What role does the reward system play in keeping us motivated?
The brain's reward system highlights that was worth it, so your mind wants to repeat similar actions. It helps build habits by reinforcing what feels rewarding, but if everything's driven by external rewards, it can get brittle. Pairing rewards with intrinsic interest keeps things sustainable. So the reward system nudges you forward, but meaning keeps you going.
Exactly. Why is sometimes difficult to start a task even when we know it is important?
Because importance alone doesn't guarantee energy. If the task feels overwhelming, unclear, or if the first step seems too big, your brain delays to avoid discomfort. Breaking it into a tiny, doable action often lowers that resistance.
Great. How does setting small and achievable goals affect our motivation?
Small, achievable goals give quick wins, which boost confidence and make progress visible. Each little success can trigger a keep going feeling, and it reduces overwhelm, makes momentum more likely. Think of them like stepping stones. Easier to start, easier to continue.
Okay. What is the relationship between motivation and self discipline?
Motivation gets you interested. Self discipline keeps you consistent when motivation dips. They work best together. Motivation sparks the start, discipline carries it home. Relying on one without the other usually makes progress fragile.
100% true. Well said. Okay. Can discipline work when motivation is completely absent?
Yes, that's its superpower. Discipline's about choosing the behavior ahead of time and sticking to it even when the spark fades. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline anchors the routine. And over time, that consistency can actually rebuild motivation by creating that sense of progress.
How do failure and setbacks affect our motivation and how can we bounce back?
Setbacks usually dent motivation, sometimes hard, but reframing them as feedback, not proof you can't, helps restart momentum. Tiny steps, clear next action, and some self compassion help restore motivation. Think less bounce back instantly and more one small step at a time. It doesn't have to be dramatic, just sustainable.
Good. How does our environment influence our motivation?
Big time. Supportive people, clear cues, and fewer distractions boost it. Constant interruptions, negativity, and unclear expectations drain motivation. Shaping your space and social circle to support your goals makes effort feel more natural and less forced.
Right. Okay, ChatGPT. Finally, what is your most powerful advice for someone who wants to stay motivated and consistent in achieving their goals?
Start with a why that actually matters to you. Then shrink the what into tiny, doable steps. Protect your environment, lean on discipline when motivation dips, and expect dips as normal, not failures. Remember, Consistency beats intensity. Keep showing up, even in small ways. That's the long game.
Good. Okay, thank you so much, ChatGPT, for this insightful and wonderful conversation. And the key message I would like to leave with you is don't wait for motivation to take action. Take action, and motivation often follows. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next conversation. Till then, Allah Hafiz.
Absolutely. Allah Hafiz.